Guys, so this is just a quick warning, I guess, before the video. So just letting you guys know, this is the first video of this kind that I'm doing on my channel. And there's honestly, I'm editing the video right now. I'm gonna upload it like in a few minutes. But there are some things which I wish I didn't do during the video, and I'm gonna make definitely some changes for the next one. Okay, and just to give you guys this warning, this is the first video of its kind, and I hope you guys can enjoy this little podcast or talk thingy I'm trying out. All right, so try and enjoy it. Bye. Hi everyone. So welcome. I'm not gonna say welcome back because this is the first episode I'm doing of this kind of thing. That so welcome to the first ever episode of a kind of podcast or just a talk in my channel. I'm gonna figure out a name for it, so bear with me for this the first few episodes that I want to do. And yeah, I just wanted this channel to become a safe haven for me, where I can express the things I want to talk about. I can express what I want. So, and I took like a little, just a little inspiration from Emma Chamberlain from um her podcast called Anything Goes. I think that's the name, but I wanted to do something similar. So yeah, welcome to the first ever episode. I just went through that little first footage to see how the microphone's doing and the video itself, and I went and got some sunglasses because I realized I looked a little chopped. And honestly, I did not want to, I want to look good for the first episode. So yeah, I hope this makes me look a little bit better. Honestly, I don't think that's gonna work as much because this lighting is not doing me favors. So the first topic I wanted to talk about is, obviously you guys saw in the YouTube video title, but I'm just gonna say it again, is how vacation is treating you. So we're gonna do a little like Emma Chamberlain as she did. Oh my god, Emma, I love your videos. You're never gonna see this, but I'm gonna do as Emma did. I'm gonna go through questions, but questions I made for myself instead of viewer questions because I do not have viewers, obviously. But yeah, so that's gonna be how it goes. So first, I have my little notebook here. First, what is my picture of a good vacation? For me, a good vacation is going to a walkable city, a walkable place. Because I cannot bear, I live in Sao Paulo and I need to take the car almost every day to get anywhere. I take the metro, but only sometimes. And a car is my go to here. But for me to enjoy actually a vacation, it needs to be in an walkable city because, like, what do you mean? I need to stay in a car for 2 hours to go 10 kilometers to go to a shopping mall. I want to shop in my vacation or to go to a museum. That just does not make sense. Walking, I can enjoy the buildings because I love architecture. I want to be a civil engineer, but before that, I want to be an architect. But I love just seeing the different types of architecture throughout the cities. That's why I actually loved my Euro trip that I went the start of this year actually to I went to four cities: Berlin, Prague, Vienna, and Budapest. And it was like the best because you could just walk everywhere and you took trains to each of the cities. So you just appreciated walking and even doing bike tours. That's the best type of vacation for me. Because then, oh, you're walking and you see a little store, a cute clothing shop right down the street. You can go because you don't need to get out of the car or cancel your ride while you're on the Uber and just say, oh, no, we're going to that place. You can stop by different little shops. Oh, I see a little cafe there. That's cute. And I need coffee. And I'm someone who really likes to snack throughout the day. So imagine you're walking, you can just stop at a place, get a snack, or when you just feel hungry for lunch, you can walk to a place and just appreciate all your surroundings. Because you get a sense of the culture of the place you visit when you're walking. I feel like when you're stuck inside of a car, you don't get to know the place as well as you do walking. It's just, and it's more calming, obviously, because when you're stuck in traffic, there's people honking all the time, and road rage lots of times every single day. And it's just, for me, it's overstimulating, and I cannot see myself anymore just staying in a car, going everywhere. That I actually just came back from a trip where I went to Miami, and I love Miami because my sister is there. So, and you need a car in Miami. You cannot go to Miami without a car. It just tortured me the whole trip because you needed a car to go everywhere. And there's always traffic in Miami, so I couldn't escape traffic. In São Paulo, it's the worst traffic in the road. Then you go to Miami to get more traffic. You know what I mean? It's just, it doesn't give me pleasure. So I think for me, right now, the ideal vacation is going somewhere walkable and preferably an urban place because I'm not that much of a nature guy. I want to explore like some. I have the wish to explore like some more nature things like mountains, but I'm more of a city guy. I like to stay in the city, go eat somewhere where it's cozy and there's music with friends or alone as well. I love going alone, which I should do actually, but it's just, you know, for me, it doesn't make sense. If you need to pay for a car, you need to worry about gas, you need that car for everything. It doesn't make sense. For me, I need to walk at least 12K steps, like on a vacation to feel good about the day. Like I actually did stuff. And I swear, when I went to Madrid, I'm going to talk about this later in the video, but when I went to Madrid, I could walk everywhere. One day I walked 26K steps. I think it was 20 kilometers, and it was one of the best days. I did whatever I wanted, and it was just so fulfilling. Okay, but moving on is the next question I made for myself is why did I need these holidays? Because I'm on holidays for 2 months right now. Why did I need them? So I wanted to talk about this because it's like kind of a therapy to me. But I this past year it was the hardest school year of my high school by far, and everyone says this because this was my junior year. Yeah, my junior year of high school in Brazil. And if you don't know, Brazilian schools they go from February to November, so that's my school year. And this junior year it's the hardest for most schools, and I got past it pretty well. Actually, it went how I wanted it to, even better sometimes, like some way. But there's obviously I couldn't reach all the goals I wanted, but I'm proud of myself for this year. But it was so exhausting. Like if you saw a photo of me in the middle of the year compared to now, it's like the obvious change is so like it's just weird for me. How I became so exhausted with school, and it's actually sad. It was sad because school is supposed to be like I like school. I like learning, but I was such in a deep and not a good place for me, but it's a necessary place because you need to go through high school, that it was just taking the life out of me. And now with these holidays, I feel like I can recharge for my last year of high school, my senior year, and then I go off to college, which I'm actually excited about. But then I can recharge for my senior year, which then is a big year for me, obviously, but it's not as hard as my junior year. So I can just recuperate for this coming year, 2026, which I hope is going to be a very, very good year. Okay, guys, let's manifest because we need this good energy. But hopefully, by the end, I think my school starts at the end of January 2026. I'm not sure. By the end of these holidays, I will be much better and much more just energized to do things at school all over again, learning. But yeah, I feel like I really wanted to talk about that. Okay, next. So now I wanted the ideal cities for my vacation, which I accidentally mentioned in the first question. So I think we're gonna skip that. But the ideal cities, as I said, walkable cities, that's good enough for me. Oh, and I think it needs to be like, but most walkable cities are diverse. So yeah, diverse and walkable cities, because then I can try of everything. Because you see, like, São Paulo is one of the most diverse cities I know, city which I live in. But then I can, something I'm very picky. I'm not picky with, but picky about going to these places is which food they're gonna have. Because I love eating. I love tasting everything. I eat everything, minus two types of things. What's their name? But I forgot the name in English. But I eat practically everything I like trying. So I need to go somewhere where there's lots of options of food, like New York and São Paulo. But the thing is, I love trying, even like sushi from São Paulo is the best. Then trying sushi from New York, it's totally different, you know? And that's what I like about also going to a city where it's diverse. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so now I wanted to talk about my favorite trips that I've been on. So I'm gonna talk about my top three trips. So last year I went to New York City on a 1 month trip. Yeah, I say 1 month in the city, doing a pre-college course in Pratt Institute, and that was the best trip I've had in my life by far. First off, I love New York City. It was like, New York is just someplace I hold very close to me, because it's just a dream of a city for me, honestly. I dream. I don't know about living there. We're gonna see, but it's a dream of the city for me. But just to visit, and then it's just I went to the pre-college and I met some amazing people, which are some of my best friends still today, because we're long distance, obviously, because they're from around the world. But it was the best because the people made it feel like home. You know, even if I was staying at college, they made me feel included, and it was by far one of the nicest and most amazing trips I've been on, because I got to learn, because I did an architecture course actually and not an engineering course. Because but after that course I actually figured that I wanted to do civil engineering instead of architecture, but we're going to get to that on a different video because it's a lot to actually talk about on that end. But New York, it's just amazing because there's this, specifically this Mexican place which is called Tacombi. I don't know if it's Mexican, but it's Latin, and they serve the best Latin uh, food. And I went there 3 times throughout the trip, and it's just so good because every time you go to New York, I feel like there's something new. Every time New York, it just surprises me in a different way, and that's what I love about the city. You can go there as many times, and you'll always find something new. And the places where I've been, there's restaurants. They'll still be there. So, oh, I really liked this dumpling place when I went to New York, and I went again. And it's just I can find that in New York, and even if it's like it closed in the future, it's just in the corner. There's gonna be another dumpling place which is twice as good. It's just you can find everything in New York, and that's what actually made me feel so new pleasure actually about that trip. So the second trip that I liked the most was actually this year when I went on another summer course in Madrid, but I actually stayed in the city for 1 week by myself. And I'm going to talk about that because that was the best part. The summer course wasn't that good, honestly, but the 1 week in Madrid was one of the most fulfilling weeks. So surreal because I could choose. It was an actual solo trip, you know. I say 1 week alone in the city, and I could choose what I wanted to do. Like I had a schedule. I woke up, then I went eat breakfast, and then I went to walk in the park because my hotel was right in front of the Retiro Park in Madrid, and I went every single morning to walk in the park, and it was so good. It was so nice, and it's like a Central Park, but I now saying that Central Park is a 2.0 of this Retiro Park because it's just an amazing park. It's so it's covered by trees. Obviously, it's a park. What am I saying? But I don't know. The energy just felt different. Okay, the energy was so good because in the midst of all the city, because Madrid is huge, that had the park where I could go and relax for the start of the day and just prepare I could collect all my thoughts because I obviously had some things I wanted to think about, and of that in my walk, I reflected about everything, every single thing I wanted. Those walks just helped me, and it was huge. Every single day, I walked to a new part of the park, to the north end of the park, to the south end. I just walked everywhere. I know I was gonna say I know like the back of my hand, but that's false. I just love the park. And then after had already like planned the night before what I wanted to do, so I went to the specific neighborhood to do what I wanted, to visit the restaurant I wanted, to go to fish shops where I wanted, which were actually disappointing. Okay, but the culture in Madrid, it's so honestly amazing because everyone's so open, and so welcoming, which I felt was essential for that trip to be good. And that's one of my top trips for that specific reason. And it's just, I also think a huge part it was the gay community in Madrid. I'm gonna be honest, because in my city there is a huge one, but I don't interact with it as much. But in Madrid, just seeing everyone being so open, because here it's a little scary because of what people are gonna say, but there everyone's just so accepting and loving, and seeing that on the streets was actually so. It was so fulfilling to me as someone who grew up actually hiding from who I truly was, and that was one of the best parts of the trip. Realizing that there are experiences that let you be who you are, if you know what I mean. Again, because I do not know what I'm saying most of the times. Okay, guys, don't take it seriously. But honestly, oh, and the food. Going back, the food was amazing in Madrid. I ate at this Korean place, the best Korean food I've had in my life for 3 times during my trip. Everything, Spanish food, paella, everything was good. I ate amazing dumplings during my trip. There was a specific place. Asian food was magnificent. I ate more Asian food in Madrid than Spanish and European food, okay? But that was the highlight of my trip. And the city is so gorgeous. If you love if you architecture fan, you should visit Madrid because it's just a phenomenal city. If you wanted to see art, art. That's it. That's what I'm gonna say. And honestly, you could. I walked everywhere. As I said, I literally I did not take the metro. I took a Uber to the airport, and that's it. End of story. So my third best trip, I've actually not decided. Oh wait, there is a trip which I think it's gonna be between one and two, but it's my South Africa safari trip, which I did Cape Town, which was an amazing city. But the highlight of my trip was I went to do a safari as well in South Africa, which was a surreal experience, and it was an actually good place, where they care about the animals. You can see the effort that they put into actually keeping it a safe space for the animals and for everyone visiting without damaging, and they take care of the place. You can honestly, I don't know how to describe it as much because honestly, seeing the animals, which I've seen on TV for so long, it was amazing. And just being there, I don't know, it's a different energy. I don't know how to explain it, but that is top three for sure. Moving on, what are some places that I really want to visit? So, talking about my future plans for traveling, actually. So, one place which I think I'm going to go July next year, I'm not sure still, is China with my school, which is kind of a bummer, because I won't be able to do things alone as much because it's a school trip. They need to take care of us. I'm going to be 18. So, I'm going to have more freedom. But China, it just seems like it's such an amazing country. They have everything that you can dream of. And I just want to visit somewhere because my For You page has been filled with China videos. And it's just somewhere like Shanghai. Oh my God, a dream. Beijing as well. But I'm not a nature guy, as I said, but all the nature things in China make me want to visit like a lot more. I don't know how that explains, but China is on the top of my list. But somewhere I also wanted to visit Japan. I'm not that into Korea. I don't know why. but I would like to visit Japan a lot. Just I think it's the hype, but also it's just actually good place to visit. It's a nice place to visit because people say it's overrated, but I think it's built for tourism. Like, why not visit it? Visit it, like, bro, what? And then another place I really want to go is to the Nordic countries like Norway, Finland, and Sweden, and also Iceland. I think it's a Nordic country, and Denmark. Those places just seem like such a dreamy and calming place to visit, if you know. And all the videos I've seen, it's just people are so kind, and that's just seems like a dream place to visit. Honestly, there's so many things to do, so many things to explore that it's just an inviting place. And yeah, I think those are the top of my visiting list. I do want to go to Australia, but it's a bit far right now because I live in Brazil. It's on the other side of the road. But honestly, that is something. It's somewhere I want to visit as well. But top of my list: China, Japan. No, I think it's China for sure, number one, and then tied between number two is Japan and the Nordic countries. Those are the top. Because it's just, I think having these places, these objectives of where you want to travel is good, because you know what to work for, towards to, for, I don't know, work towards. That's it. I feel like it's a goal that needs to be achieved. Okay, last question for you guys so we can end this episode. What? Okay, so this is a piece of advice, just a warning. Don't listen to my advice only if you want to, but yeah, what you should do to figure out what's your ideal vacation. So that's what the advice I'm going to give out now. So I think to a lot of young people like me, I'm obviously young, I'm 17, still in high school. It's for you to figure out what vacation you want to go. And if you can, obviously, it's not like everybody can, but if you can, um, I feel like you should take a trip alone or with friends without family because from past experiences, family trips are where you can actually just hate your family so much you do not want to talk with them the entire trip. So I feel like to figure out what you like, you should go alone or with a group of friends to see, try maybe visiting a city. Like you really want to visit somewhere where you can camp. Go with a friend, go alone, but not with family. Because I feel like family, if you go with family, it restricts you from doing what you actually want. Because most people, they want to do what pleases their family, right? That's what happened to me. But after going alone, I figured out that's what I actually like. Like, I actually like like planning what I want to do and actually going to the park in the morning instead of going to a museum straight up at 10 in the morning. No, that's not for me. But I figure out I go to the park, eat breakfast, go to the park, eat lunch, then go to the museum, And then walk around because I feel like with family, my family, they schedule it and it's something so in order that there's no free time, you know? And there's no free time to relax as well. Vacation is for relaxing, people. I don't know why you want to be so energized, but it's relax. For me, I need to relax. So my piece of advice is you should try going on a solo vacation if you're able to, or with friends, to figure out what part likes most about what you want to do with your vacation. Because you need that rest from that year you had, from the work year, from the school year you had. So you need to figure out what you want without family. Family, God no. So to actually decide for yourself where your dream place of visiting is or your ideal vacation is. So that's my piece of advice. And okay, everyone, that was the. I took my glasses off. Do not ask why. I just felt like it. But that was the first episode of the podcast or slash talk video I'm doing for you guys because I want to. And I really hope you guys liked it. I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna check the sound obviously, but then I'm gonna upload it. And if you guys like it, I'm honestly gonna do more. And if you guys don't like it, just don't watch. Honestly, I do not care. But that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope I can do lots of more of these. All right, bye.